Yo, what up guys? It's Brovin here again, back with another video. This time, we're talking about the new event, the Water Type Masters event. It's a high score event, and it's pretty insane. There's a lot of good rewards here. First things first, just want to show you that I at least know a little bit about what I'm talking about. For score details, this is my best run so far. It's the first day. I'm sure I could do better, but I clutched this. I had 0 health on all 3 units by the end. And you can see that I got 68,000 points in total. Now, if you don't know, so this video is just to show you guys what kind of things give points, how to get the most points. It's not a showcase on actual runs. But I will upload some videos a bit later on showcasing my runs. Now, first things first, you want to be prepared for this stage. There's a little bit of time with this. You got a whopping 2 whole weeks to deal with this water type event, high score event. Before you jump in, make sure you've done your water type gear event. So this one here, go to co-op and make sure you get as much of this done as possible. It's day 1. You've got a bit of time to do this. Get all your 3-star gear, max them out. I've already done that. You can get it done really quickly. Second is try and get as many water units as possible lined up because you can't reuse them once they're used. So let's go on over to the banners over here. Now, some really good water units. If you've got limited gems, maybe save them for the anniversary coming up in a month or 2's time. I think it's next month for the anniversary units. There could be some really good units there, so save your gems. But if you've got some spare gems, Gloria Urshifu, absolutely broken. Make sure you pull her, especially for this water type event. If you're lucky, while you're pulling for Gloria, Volcanion, very good damage output. There's a lot of water type units in the current banners. Kyogre, Master Fair, one of the OG best water types. There's Suicune, one of the newer good water types. And even Gloria and Inteleon, not the best striker, but have it lined up. If you've got nothing else, that would be good too. If you've got lots of paid gems, currently there's a tiered scout that you can do. I've already done it, so you can't see it on my phone. The tiered scout banner that you can pull, you could possibly pull her, so you can do that. And the reason why mainly you want to focus on water types is because if you use water types, you get a multiplier effect on your points. And the more points you get, the better your rewards. The maximum number of rewards or points you can get for rewards is 180. So that means your aim is to get 180,000 points divided by 5, because there are 5 stages that you can battle versus Misty, Marlin, Lana, Nessa, and Archie. So that means on average, you need to get about 36,000 points. So as you can see, I was able to, and after many tries, able to get 68,000 points. And I'll show you guys how I maximize my points in this video. Once again, it's not a showcase showing you how I did that stage. It's just to explain all the points and how to obtain them. So the bulk of the points that you're going to get, let's go into challenge here just to show you, is from this strength adjustment. You want to be adjusting the strength to the maximum difficulty. So here I just keep pressing plus or plus 10. Maximum difficulty that you can handle. So I would work backwards. I would start with something like, maybe not Master. Master's almost, I tried to do Master, I got 1 shot at every turn. Unless you can flinch chain, which is almost impossible because the opponents, I'll let you know now, they do develop condition nullification. So flinch chaining is out the window. You could flinch for an extra few turns, but you won't survive for very long on Master. So if you're a beginner, definitely not here. So I started with, I tried 500 plus strength, didn't work. So I started with 400 and I just barely scraped by. So this is probably where you want to start, and then you slowly want to drop your points, your strength, and therefore your points until it hits a sweet spot where you can beat it comfortably. So that's the bulk of your points, because that actually provides easily up to 10 to 15,000 points. And if you have 3 water units, a reasonable number of water units here, you immediately start with 30 to 45,000 points, which is about where we want to be on average to get the maximal rewards. Thankfully, there's some other ways that you can get some bonus points. So here you will see in the front page here, rule details. They will go through with each event what additional points you can get. So let's go in here. First bit just explains pretty much you got ×3 for using 3 water pairs. So the current event being water type, if you use only water pairs, you'll get multiplier ×3. You'll notice that there is a ×0. I'm not actually sure what that means. I think if you don't have any water types on your team, you actually won't get any points because anything multiplied by 0 is just 0. Now, there are some additional points here. Now, these are interesting, but I wouldn't focus mainly on that because these usually, I feel, will usually come with just maximizing your strength that you can take. So, a few things here. In the current event, under the extra battle points that you can get, we've got time trial, which is the earlier you beat the stage, the more points you get. Give you a reference, when I beat the stage in under a minute, when I was using really low strength opponents, it gave me 3,000 points in under a minute. I'm not sure where the cutoff is. And give you another reference here. When I beat this stage, I beat it in 4 minutes 15, and it gave me 1,200 points. So I'm actually still getting a reasonable number of points despite taking like easily 4 or 5 minutes. And I'll tell you why I don't want you to, I wouldn't personally focus on time. And that's because the remaining 2 will work against the time. These 2. More stat increases. So what this one says is the more times all sync pairs, so not a single one, all of your sync pairs raise the stats when you complete the battle. So hopefully you don't get debuffed before the end. But when you complete the battle, you've got a lot of buffs, then you get a lot of points. More attacks, so the more attacks you land, and it has to be all allied sync pairs. I feel that this means, now I haven't confirmed this, but I feel that this means that all units need to attack. Because when I tried to fight the stages with only strikers, while my support only did buffs or debuffs, I got 0 for this. So actually, you do want your support units to be doing some attacks as well, landing some attacks along the way. So in order to actually maximize these 2, it takes time and a lot of turns, which means less points for your time trial points for this one here. And I feel 6,000 is worth more than 3,000. And even then, by about 4 or 5 minutes, you still get 1,000 points for time trial like I did. So I don't think the focus should be on time trial here. So here you can easily get 4,000 to 6,000 extra points if you just play on the highest strength possible. 2 more things. Under challenge, over here, if you bring, so these are sort of a hurdle. You just have to bring 1 main character based on the challenge here, and land confusion one time, just the 1 time, and you get an additional 2,000 points. So, which is what I did. Actually, I did it by accident because my Signa Suit Blue has Water Pulse, which can land confusion. And you can see that I got 2,000 points by meeting those 2 conditions. So I actually got lucky because it's not 100%. The only downside is triggering flinch gives the opponents, or gave the opponents in this stage, condition nullification. I'm not sure if it applies to every stage, but then it can't really get confused if I flinch. So you kind of have to pick one or the other. The condition nullification doesn't last forever. If you wait it out, you could land the confusion later in the stage. So there you go. All up, that's how I got 22,688 points before the multiplier. And because all 3 are water units, you can see it scales up very nicely to nearly 70,000 points. So I could theoretically, with teams like this, now I can't reuse the team, but with teams like this, get max rewards, which is 180,000 points. And then after that, you get a little bit more reward every 5,000 points. So 180,000 points, if I give the opponents the highest strength possible. One more thing you should pay attention to. So ultimately, so my point being, focus on the highest strength possible. Everything else is kind of secondary. Bring a confusion unit if you want, but they're kind of secondary if you just want to maximize your points. The one more thing you should definitely pay attention to is that each one of these characters that you're facing have their own additional special condition, kind of like Champion Stadium. Misty is immune to status conditions and interference, so including flinching and stuff like that. Marlin is crazy. He reduces attacks and special attack by 80%. I haven't thought about how I'm going to beat him yet. And he's got evasion up, so this is going to be tough. Allies can't be healed for Lana. Nessa, no rules. That's why I started with her. And special attack down for Archie, so that means you want to be bringing physical types, if you can, physical water types. So line up your water units. Have a look at what you got in terms of support units and damage units. What I would do in terms of team building is make sure I have at least one nuke per team, something that can do huge damage per team, because at high strength you need something that nukes. Stalling with status conditions not a feasible option, because they just get condition nullification. So I tried Sing using this guy, what's his name? I tried to use Elio and Primarina, and the Sing just didn't work that well because of condition nullification. One more thing that you guys should pay attention to is actually, you'll notice that pretty much 4 out of 5 of the stages, mostly they are water types. So and what that means is, if you look at the opponents, they're mostly water types. Now, they do use non-water moves, but what that means is if you bring a rain unit, there are going to be times where you're buffing the opponent. It didn't occur to me about this at first until I realized that I kept getting one-shotted during the rain. So do be careful. My first team didn't actually use rain. Most of the time we want rain to nuke, but in this situation, in this high score event, rain is going to be situational. So maybe only drop rain when you're about to nuke and you're sure that you can beat the opponents, rather than having rain set up right from the start and so on. Hope you guys like this video. If you guys have any questions, I respond quicker on Discord. You're welcome to leave it in the comments section below as well, and I will try and respond to you as quick as possible. Once again, join our Discord if you want me to respond quicker. Please leave a like and subscribe, as I look forward to making more videos demonstrating how I actually do the high scores from here on for this high score event.